Flosstube. I'm Siske Stitches and I'm here for Flosstube number 38 already. Today is the 8th of June 2025. It's also Father's Day today here in Belgium. And welcome, of course. It's always appreciated when you're coming back. And if you're new, also welcome. If you like, subscribe, everything, hit the bell, everything is welcome and appreciated. So thank you. First of all, we have a recap of stitching from last week. 15 whips to show. I also have been sick, as you can hear it of my voice probably, and sometimes I still have to cough, but I had fever, so not all my days went like I wanted to. Yeah. So today I have whips. I have a bit of haul that's late came in, and maybe a bit of plans. Not really. It's not really big changing. So yeah, my stitch total of this week was 7,412 stitches. So it's not that bad, I think, even I was sick. But yeah, and I'm happy because I managed to do all my focus stitching. There is a little adjustment that I will go over when I'm showing it, but it stays still the same with 500 stitches on one of those per day. So yeah, let's start. The first one is the heavy one on top. I'm not putting them in order because then yeah, it's too much to get them in order in the way I stitch them. So I just pile them up and then I pick one and talk about them. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the first one. Supersized, The Amazing Animal Kingdom. Artwork by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's 999 by 765 stitches and it has 237 colors. There was a lady commenting on my Instagram page and she said, "How big can this be? You already here? And it's still not the end of the first row." No, it's huge. It has 104 pages. I will show you that in Pattern Keeper. Like I said, I always tell each week I have 764,235 stitches in this project. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I was correct thinking. One row is 13 pages width. Yeah. So if you can see here, I'm almost at the corner. Now I'm here at 2 pages because I was working in the rows, not the rows, but in rows, but in the typewriter method. Per block of 10 by 20, but stitching my floss out. So, like I said, 13 pages width. It's a lot. And I'm now at page 10 of the width. My start photo for this week was my internet has... I asked my husband to check my tablet before I started to film because I know it will be not going again because of the internet. So here is my starting photo. it was at 126,520 stitches. And I added 1,510 stitches, but I'm very proud of. It took a long time to do those. It's on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross with row broderie floss. And I finished this part next to the tuka. And then I started on the next row because I could still going for a couple more blocks. But then I thought, no, it's the edge of the second page now here, so I could stop there. And then I have 3 more pages to go to the corner. But I still want my page finishes, so I can't do the full row. And I won't like that, so I still go by pages, but this time by 2 pages. Because I can in this frame. Yeah. I see, it's a lot. I'm now at 128,030 stitches out of 764,235, and I have 16.75% completed. Already 16. So yeah. A little change of this one. I said last week I wanted to have this one out for 1,500 stitches per week. I still want to do that, but then I was chatting with the owner, the shop owner from Flamingo, and I have other stitches there where we can chat, and they are going much faster than me with Flamingo, so I was thinking to do King. To do Flamingo 1,000 stitches per week. To give Flamingo 1,000 stitches and give this one also plus 1,000 stitches. So instead of 1,500. Yeah. So that's one. The first one already from the 5 focus whips per week. Next up, it's also not a surprise. If you watch me weekly, you will probably be bored to see them. But yeah, it is what it is. It is for a stitch on, so I have to show them. This is supersized Max Color, A Night at the Circus. Also Amy Stewart's work and charted by Hannah Nerd Designs. It's 999 by 700 stitches. And it has 238 colors. The one is for my youngest son. I have 3 children, so I have 3 whips for them. All 3 supersized Max Color because I love to make my life difficult. And yeah. These 3 for my children gets weekly 500 stitches. So this is my start photo. 36,110 stitches. And I added, like I said, 500 stitches. And Kingdom grew quickly because my husband said it's our 25th anniversary piece. Of our wedding, and it will be ready then. But then I still have to stitch a lot, so I started that 2 years ago to work more on that. I have more progress, but I'm still not done with the first shelf. So these 3 are also big, and if I pick one of them out to stay, I will finish this one first. Then the children are arguing about it and discussing about it, and I don't like it. So I have to be consequent and say I do each week this amount of them on all of 3. So they're happy, all 3. Difficult, eh? 3 children. So I showed you the start photo. This is also on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. and I added 500 stitches, royal broderie floss, and it's now at 36,610 stitches out of 715,284, and I have 5.12% completed. So already 5%. I love seeing the percentages going up. It means I make progress. Special about this one now. Oh, I didn't tell you yet. I forgot almost. Here you see a flag. At first, when I was stitching it, I was like, what's that? A flag. And I searched on the image, on the cover. So now I will search on my pattern keeper to show you that. What I wanted to say. Oh, also this one is 13 pages white. Yeah, you know what I mean. So now I'm at the 5th page, almost done, of the 13. You can see that here. 5 pages. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to tell you, we found the flag, the pink flag here. If you follow it down, you have a head and a giraffe. And I found it out, and I was like, wow, I'm close to an animal on this one. I want to stitch an animal. And my son said, Mom, you just go down and you finish the head of the animal. I was like, why wouldn't I finish the first row? Because I have the monkey here. He was like, no, I want to see the giraffe. And I was like, then I ruin all my courage of doing the first row as priority. So now I'm still debating if I will go down or I will continue in my row. Preferably I would do my row first. But yeah, children. Then I could probably put them here. Yep. The next one is from my daughter. One that is a favorite here too. You probably already know it. This is Coloring Book Afternoon, Super Size Max Color. Also Amy Stewart. And 999 by 740 stitches, 237 colors. Yeah, this one is not on 25 count easy weave. It's on 28 count. This was my starting photo. And last week I said I don't know where I will go. Will I go further down with the green pencil or going further to that edge? I don't know. And when I stitched it, I knew it. Happily. And the best. If you're thinking more than you stitch, it's difficult. So I went more to the edge. And I think this was the edge of a page here too. So I added 500 stitches. I'm now at 28,600 stitches out of 713,286, and I have 4.01% completed. So this is a full view. Was it the 4th page or the 5th? I think it's a combination of 4th and 5th page. The 4th page is like ending here somewhere. So I went further along. Yep. It's lovely. I'm happy I had this brown of the desk done. So what's now coming? I really don't know. I think I will now go down and finish there more. So yeah. And also it's almost a milestone because within 1400 stitches it's at 30,000 stitches. Hooray! Yay! I'm happy. Happy than seeing the numbers grow. Even it's every week, oh, I have to stitch on that one. And it's more an obligation, but I'm getting used to it. It's more a habit now. And then you see the numbers going up and then you think, yes, it was the right decision. I had a good plan for that and it's okay. So, yeah, I'm happy that I swapped my rotation to do this now with those 5. So that brings me to the third one for my children. That is Cruising the Information Highway, authored by Randall Spangler. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, of course. Also a supersized max color. And it's 999 by 690 stitches. And it has 238 colors. And I'm stitching it, I wouldn't say it has 238 colors, because I stitched so far brown, green and brown. But it's in there, so yeah. And I know it's not the favorite one of my viewers, because there's still not much to see. There was only box. I know it is what it is. I didn't make a chart. I'm only stitching it. And I'm loving how the titles on the box are popping out. So, start photo was at 29,000 stitches. This was my starting photo. Also 25 count, even weave, 1/1, full cross, royal embroidery floss. I added again 500 stitches. It's now predictable, all 500 stitches. So now it looks like this, and I love how we have the shadow here of that book, and the letters are really saying dogs. Like here, sell on eBay. I love that. And this is the edge of this book. It's not the edge of the page. The edge of the page is like here, and this is the edge of the book. I was still thinking I can go continue here. I said, no, I want to finish that book first, and then I will probably go that way again. So, yeah. First all browns. But it's okay, it's good. I love it. Now I love it. The green is past for the first part. Shh. If you are new and you don't know it, I don't like to stitch green. So I struggled a lot to stitch 2 boxes of green, but I did it. I'm happy that it's now full bit done with green. And then you have to know I love jungles, flowers, forest, so it's all green. I know. How do you don't like green? In fact, I have some greens I love, like lime green, apple green. The lighter ones, close to yellow for me, because I have color blindness. So those are the closest family. Those I like. But the dark greens, khaki green, no. I don't like those. And I'm always thinking, you are stitching another color. It's not green, it's another color. Yeah, the last one of the 5 focus whips, of course, like I thought in the beginning, Flamingo Fantastico. Luca Esket. This is a model stitch for the shop in the Netherlands. Hobby do it yourself. Not in Belgium. I live in Belgium, but this is a shop from the Netherlands. It's on 60 count black Ada. It has a skill level of 5 hearts, so it's difficult to stitch. Although I would say with 62 colors it's okay. Yes, but there's a lot of French knots back stitching with metallic floss. That's not the easiest part in this kit. So, start photo for this week was 500 stitches. So, because I had a chat on Thursday, I think, So I did only 500 stitches this week. This was a starting photo. 7,200 stitches. And I added 500. And I moved my frame a bit because I want to fill in this part soon. So you cannot see this well, but see it's hidden a bit. But here I am, and I filled most in here. So what I wanted to do now, I'm close to finish the second page. It was like this part here. So this part only, a bit of gaps, maybe 200 stitches. And I want to go to the left page. I was going to say the right page. But I'm going to the left page to complete this part so I can then go down. That's my plan on how to stitch it. If you hear that, it's Milou. She wants to enter the room and she's jumping on the door. Yeah. So that was part 1 with the 5 focus strips. Then I want to talk about Uno. Now you will say you didn't talk about Uno last week. No, it was something I was thinking about and I said no, I won't do it, and then I jumped in. Yeah. And I don't know if I will continue. So the idea behind it. I had first like the temperature stitching or do 200 stitches on a whip, and then I was thinking, yeah, I have more whips in a week correctly, I have more different things in my hands, but then I don't have progress. I'm now in the period again that I want more progress, and I was thinking 200 stitches on a big whip like Once Upon a Fairy Tale, Super Size Max Color. 200 stitches is nothing. And I'm like, yes. But for Uno, 4 different whips. It can be huge ones, babs, difficult ones, because it takes too long to do those stitching. And then I lose my focus on my other stitching. So I had to pick 4 whips instead. You could say you could do a week on Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I know, but then I get bored. And why do I have it difficult? Because in my mind, I already have 5 focus whips. I just showed you them. Then I had first 7 whips in my mind. I call them the rainbow whips because those were the whips on my rainbow board in some videos ago. But then I have 12 fixed whips, then I can't do anything else. And I was thinking you like temperature stitching of the lottery stitching, because then I have some there, the progress on more kits, even it's 200 stitches. But then I know I'm not rambling, I'm telling how I think. Then I had the idea that like I said, 200 stitches on Once Upon a Fairy Tale is nothing. So then I thought, okay, if I do Uno, I have 4 whips, they get more progress than if I stitch every day on something else. So that's the reason why I jumped in Uno. I did it this week. They had decent progress. But I'm also getting tired of them. So for me, the best thing would be not to do them a whole month, but to change them, those 4 weekly whips. Can you follow? So like now I'm getting tired of them, but I also want to have progress on them. So that's the complication in my head, the struggle. And then I think if I change those 4 get more stitching, yes, but then I will get these 4 how do you say it? Nothing anymore for a while. So struggle. Then I think just go with it and do this month. And then I think no, then I don't want to stitch on it, and then that is an issue because I'm getting bored of them. So there's, like I said, maybe I just play Uno along with the group, or I make my own of it. Because if they call Uno, you have to stitch on all 4 of them, minimum 100 stitches a day. It's a lot, and it takes my other focus project, my Wheel 500 project away. So if I would do my own version, it would be whip 1 to whip 4, skip, reverse, and not even draw 2, because draw 2 is also pick 2 of them and do on each of them 100. Maybe that's a middle one, but Uno, it's too much in my plans. So maybe I swap 4 whips or 4 to other 4 kits. Maybe I do that. That would be nice. And then see what I have done this week, and then next week another 4. So maybe I do that. That's maybe a good idea. So what did I do for these 4? First of all is the Little Adventurer, the kit from Luca S, of course. It's on 60 count white Ada. It's level 2, so not that difficult. It has 29 colors. And just, yeah, a cross stitch, back stitch. I started with you will see a cat's ear. Milou was on my lap. Yeah. So you see her ear here. This is my starting photo. And it was well known on the wheel. But also what I love on Uno is you have a daily spin. It's a surprise which one of the 4 gets called. I love that. So I added with this one 447 stitches. And I'm now at 3,130 out of 8,254 stitches. And I have him done for 37.92%. This is also Luca S floss. Yeah. It's dark to stitch. But like I said, it's an easy stitch. It's nice to have some stitches quickly done. So that's also a bit difficult because I love these whips. I started them and I want them finished. So like I said, that's my issues with this one. With these 4 effects. This was one of my new starts. The Wild Spirit. I know this is not the best. This was my cover photo, but my daughter laminated it and left it behind. So now it's like a banana. So the Wild Spirit. It has 62 colors, 60 count Ada credit, blends, cross stitch and back stitch. I went from no, it's just not this one. 600 stitches last week to 1,035 stitches this week. More black. But here we have a little hairs of her ear. Here, the little hairs. So yeah, that's okay. This is 1.72% completed. Yeah. I love that it has already 1000 stitches and a lot of black. If you want to buy this, you have to be aware it has 11,000 stitches of black. 11,000. Then the third one from Uno is the Wildlife of Predator kit from Luca S again. 60 count Ada, white Ada, skill level 4. Skill level of the Puma. The previous one was also 4. Again, cross stitch, half stitch and back stitch. I started with this 5,840 stitches. They are also half stitches, so Better Keeper counts them as full stitches, but in my stitching I count the half stitches as 2 half stitches, 1 full cross. So I added more half stitching. Yeah, I added 290 half stitches. I swapped the frame for a bigger one. And this is all white, so difficult to see. It's there. Only half stitching. And it was one time called for Uno. Only, so this one got only 145 full crosses. Still can't wait to see more of the tiger. I know in Stitches with Ebony is stitching this one too, and she's way farther than me alone. So if you want to see it more complete, you have to watch her channel. Then the last one for Uno, Romeo and Juliet kit from Mereshka. What I wanted to talk about Mereshka. I have now the Fantastitch app, so where they load the digital patterns in. If you send them a picture of your floss cards with your email address on it. They have new kits out. The last 2 kits. I think something with the garden. But be aware, if you buy those, you don't have a paper chart anymore, and it's only the digital chart in the Fantastitch app. So I think they will save on paper, so to do that. But if you are a paper stitcher, be aware the last 2 kits, so I think all the kits that will now come out of them, released by them, will not have a paper chart anymore. So only through the app. Yeah, my start photo was Mereshka. Here, cutie cats. I don't have numbers because the app counts how many stitches you do, but it doesn't, and it says how many stitches left, but it doesn't say how many stitches you have done. So Mereshka, if you watch this, please add that in the app so we can see how much we have done in total. We only have now a percentage, and I'm now at 18.90%. So, how much did you add? 460 stitches. And you see it? The cat has eyes. So I did first this part, and I thought, okay, I can continue here. And I thought, no, I want to see more of the cat. So I added more on the cat. He's cute. Very cute. So those were the four Uno. Let's see. Uno projects. Normally for a month. We will see next week if I pick 4 other ones or I stay with those 4. I have to think that out. So, cleaning a bit before I do the last part of my whips. Yeah, I have... Was it here? No, it's not. It's here. It's a big one. Nature's Wonderland. It was one that I did because I thought I have time and I want to stitch on it. It's Nature's Wonderland. A big kit from Luca S again. One of the first ones I bought. It has 66 colors, a skill level of 5 hearts, and only cross stitch. And it has 18 count Ada, not 60. It's another one. The artwork is from Nikki Böhme and it's from 2020. See, it's an older one. This was my starting photo. It's here, 710 stitches. I added 200, so it's now at 910 stitches. So I wrote more here to see more of the tree. We'll put it there. Now, then I had my wheel again, wheel 500, or you could say spin 500. But the first one I have here on my pile is the one I ended yesterday with, and it has not his 500 stitches yet. And I want to show it to you. It's Quarantine Cats, artwork by Bridget Ashwood, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. Fun with cross stitches is stitching this one too. She started in the middle. This is 675 by 506 stitches. It has 90 colors. It's a regular version. All cats on the couch. So the starting photo. I was at 5,100 stitches started. I added 200 stitches yesterday night. So I'm now here. And it is 5,300 stitches out of 341,550, and it was 1.55%. Also a bit of plants maybe. No, I will do it up afterwards. So this is now what I have done. This is 25 count even weave, not credit. I credit myself, and it's like a cream one. Also, no, not raw rotary. It's CXC floss. Yeah, I was thinking raw rotary is not. Then wheel 500 that I finished was, where are my cards? Here, Osha panorama, artwork by Adrian Chesterman. It was retired. It's now back available to buy. So if you want it, go ahead. One. It's 900 by 260 stitches. Colors I don't know. Charted by Free Crafts. I saw it once finished. It was beautiful. This is my starting photo. 3,805 stitches. It was after one page finish. It's on 25 count gridded Ada. No, not Ada. Gridded even weave. Oh. Royal embroidery floss again. I added 500 stitches there, and I have now 4,305 stitches out of 234,000 stitches. It is 1.84% completed. Yeah. Also, a mid-year whipper rate. I got the question yesterday. I'm thinking I will skip that one because June is hectic here, and it's final exams, end of year preparations, and no, I don't have time for it now. So I think I will just wait until the end of the year for my whipper rate. So that's it. Next up, for my wheel was Hubble Bubble Square, artwork by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. It's 550 by 550 and it has 89 colors. It's a regular one. Fun with Cross Stitch has this one too. She stitched the whole side of the page. No, not the page. Whole row below. Yeah. I need my medicine. So, next start photo was here. 14,800 stitches. I started at the top right corner. So I'm now at 15,300 stitches. I worked more here and filled in the bubble. And it's out of 302,500 stitches. It has 5.06% completed. Yeah. Two more to show. Daydream Tigers, the large version, charted by Charting Creations, and artwork is by Sheena Pike. A big one too. Here. I'm started here, 14,650 stitches. Like I said, 550 stitches for this one. Also a CXC floss, a 1/1 full cross, 25 count even weave. So now how it looks. So also close to a page finish. Maybe 2 more rotations and then I have a page finish. It's now at 15,130 out of 533,800 and it has 2.83% completed. Only 2%. See why I want to have more progress on them? Because they are huge and I want to have them finished one time in my life. And then the last one to show is Catnap, the regular version. I know there are many more versions available. Artwork is by Jeff Haney, 500 by 358. It has 89 colors. I think the mock-up was great enough to stitch this one. I know there is a supersize max color, there's a max color, so yeah. But I already have a lot of supersized max colors. So, and I got this one as a rack, so I went with the regular. Also, 25 count even weave. I had only 300 stitches done. Let's see, a little corner. I added 500 stitches, so I'm now at 800. And this is the first cat. Is it better with this? Yeah. No, yes. Not really. So 500 stitches. Browns, the first cat. And this is out of 179,000 stitches and 0.45% completed. So that was the whips, all the whips I have seen this week. Plans. Like I said, my days were like focus whip, wheel whip from wheel 500 of spin 500, and then Uno whip. On my wheel I still have 4 left. Then I was thinking I can do my rainbow whips again. Not in the rainbow bingo board. I know it's still going for round 2. But then I have sometimes 2 whips or three times in the week the same whip. And if I do only spin a wheel and I reset my wheel at the end of the week, I have them each week with another rotation. So that was an option. But then I would go to 300 stitches instead of 500. Because I have 16 focused whips, fixed whips. And I don't want that. I also want to have some other things as a surprise, things I want to work on and I just can pull out and work on. So then I was thinking, oh, I have to do, instead of my wheel, 500. Because those are like 20, 21 whips on it. And when this is done, it's like 3 weeks further or even longer, because on Sunday I film. I don't have a lot of time to stitch. Also a bit of family time. So then I don't always get to the wheel. Yeah. So there I was stuck. I know I want to stay. I want to still do is the focus whips 500 stitches swap. Then I have Uno still. I think, will I take it, will I not? Or will I do focus 500 and then rainbow whip 300 and then a whip for 400? Or what will I do? And there I'm stuck. Because like I said before, if I have a big one and I only stitch 200 stitches on it for, or even 100 stitches for Uno, you don't see it. Or will I do 500 focus, 300 rainbow whips, and then I have 30 whips left because of the split I made in my wheel. Then I left these 13 out. Difficulties. And then I have still my new starts that I wanted to do and to work on, keep on working on. So decisions are struggling. If I keep my spin 500 of my wheel 500, then I have 20 whips or 21 whips, around 9,000 or 10,000 stitches per year. Only it takes long to get through that wheel. Then I have the idea, if I take only my rainbow whips, then I have 7 days weekly, but they repeat each week. Maybe it helps. It's not a straight like saying now I have to do this one, I have to do this. It's always another rotation because they are picked from a wheel. It helps with my focus whips. I don't put them on a real day and I pick what I say, okay, today I can do this according to the scheme of my day. Then also I have 1 week left and I don't have to drive in the morning to school. Only 1 day. And next week I start to have the morning and ending school driving. So I have to drive more. So thinking all of that, I still don't know what's the best option to do, what I want to do. And even if I say 500, focus 500, 300 for my rainbow whips, 200 left or 200 Uno, which whip gets 200 stitches? Then I have that wheel I have left with 30 whips. Then I have all the other stuff I want to work on. See, it's difficult. I watched Jen, her Flosstube yesterday with her new plans and her categories and how she sized down to get to her 4,000 stitches. I don't know. For me, it's too much work to put them all in categories. And I'm not going to pick 100 whips and then say, okay, it's that. No. So I still have to find my way on my own. If I have too much whips, it's too much. If I have too little, it's that. If I have a few whips, it's that one, that issue. So I don't know. But if I want to finish them, I should go with the rainbow whips, because then they get 15,000 stitches instead of 10. So maybe you have a solution. If you have a solution for me, please let me know. Like I said, now I have in my head focus whip 500, that stays, but then normally was wheel 500 with 20 whips or 21 whips, and then or temperature stitching I have done, or also I was thinking to just pick one whip and do 400 stitches on 2 days. Then I have more progress on them than on one day. I don't know, but I'm tired. Sorry. So I don't know. If you have a solution, please let me know. Then, if that was everything you were here for, I can say goodbye and I see you next week. If not, I'm showing my haul now. First of all, I had a chart from the sale, because it's sale on hat. Hat is 700 designs. And then I'm thinking, when I bought it, why do you buy it if you don't have time to stitch all the other stuff already, and you make your choices more difficult? I know. It's also a collection. So this was my new chart. Cat House by Jenna della Grottaglia Maldonado. Cats is the regular one. So yeah, 625 by 446 and 87 colors. I love that one. And then I had some kits that came in late, and a booklet. The first one is a booklet from Leisure Arts. I watched last week with my daughter The Lion King. Again. Mufasa, the movie, the Disney movie, Mufasa, and yeah, and then The Lion King, the real versions. So when I saw this online, I had to buy it. It's one of my favorite movies, together with Frozen and Beauty and the Beast. So this is in it. Timon and Pumbaa. Three charts. No, I think even 4. Where are the other photos? The one on the cover, yeah, is in it. Mufasa and Simba. Simba and Nala is also in it. and this one. So yeah, it's a nice booklet. See, it's a nice big one. So that one I got. Then I had one I loved from Winnie the Pooh. How is it called in English? Heffalump. We call it Lollifantje. And when my daughter was born, her birth card was this pink elephant with I made it myself with a yellow background. So when I saw this kit, I was like, I have to have this one for her, and I would change out the A for her beginning letter, the X. So yeah, it's cute. Not that big, I think. No. Really, really cute. And then we have the Care Bears. It's a kit from DMC. Sunny Day. A yellow bear. It has quarter stitches too. This was a series on TV when it was 1980. And I was even not born yet, but I love those bears. So yeah. Then I have another one from Winnie the Pooh. I think it's a difficult one. Also from rural Paris. It's a difficult one to stitch. It's so cute. When my oldest son wasn't born yet, we had puzzles of Winnie the Pooh. Big one, and I framed them, but the frames are broken now, so that made me sad. But we loved to puzzle them and give them to the baby room. Then I had one more found on the second-hand place from the Gnomes. It says best mom ever. Very, very cute. Is this one? I don't know. It's 40 count. It's smaller, I think. Yeah, this is a floss, CXC floss. Sorry for the coffee. Yeah, this one is smaller. But see how cute. It's stamped. And it has blends too. So I wonder how it would look stitched up. Like I said, I don't know when I will stitch this all. It's my legacy. It has also a printed chart. Yes, it has. Oh, bring up my box. Then I had my order from Hobby. Do it yourself. The shop. The first latest releases of Magic Needle. The Ginger Cat. Oh. Can you see the floss here? No. No, you cannot see the floss. This is the floss. And it has a colored ski. Not my favorite one, but okay, it will do. And those cards are not thick. It was paused because it is a cycling race today, the Dauphiné, and it was the end of the first stage. So my husband was saying, "You have to see the end." So yeah, I saw it, and I'm happy that Pogacar won. He is my favorite cyclist. Next up was the Night Cat from Hobby Jobby. This has digital chart. Yeah, and I think it will look beautiful when it is stitched. This is more the printed only, and when it's stitched I think it will look amazing. It has blends too. Yeah. Oh, and I think, did I show you the second one? No, I don't think so. The magic needle, this one. It's called the White Tiger, also the latest release. And the floss. The floss. And the cycling races, that's another thing I wanted to say. If you want to still stitch for cycling races, it's possible. I had a list in my Facebook group, Circus Stitches, where I listed them all and their kilometers, so you still can. This is Waterside Tea. This chart you also can find on Charting Creations, but then it's a big full coverage again, so I opted for the small version. I have back stitching, but okay, it's smaller than another big one. Then we have from Lady Stitch the Water Lily. I love these colors. I love water lilies as flowers, and I love because this one. There's another one from Luca S with these kind of flowers, but those have only white and light blue background. This is more colorful, but no digital chart. And then I had 2 pieces of Lucana. Just off-white and... What does it say? Off-white and white, I think. Or cream. It doesn't matter. It's just for full coverage, so the color doesn't really matter. So, that's my haul. Everything is on. Like I said, for my plants, I don't know. You will see it. It's still difficult to pick what I want to do. Like I said, I want to start all of these and all my new starts in my cupboard, but then I have maybe 500 rips, and I want progress too. So having the courage and the persistence to continue with them is difficult, because they are big, and then you think, oh no, it's such a long way to go. The patience to do it, that's sometime I need to find. Yeah, that's it. So then I will normally see you again next week, hopefully with a better voice. And now what I will do. So happy stitching. If you liked what you saw, like, and if you want to leave a comment and tell me another rotation that's possible, please let me know. The 500 wheel spin keeping with 20 whips, or the 300 and 200 splitting them, but how then? Yeah, and keeping Uno or not, switching whips, Uno not. Do I switch them? Do I keep them? I'm not certain. I do love Uno because you have the surprise. When they come up twice, I think already again that one. So yeah, that's a surprise for next week. Like I said before, the Flosstube from Jen, she was doing, I asked more for an explanation. She put all her whips in categories. She was spinning for categories and then working on those whips she selected for those category until they have a goal, and then she would swap them out. Yeah. But then I think, Jen, if you watch this, if you swap them out, do you continue through the whole pile of whips and your inactive whips, will you don't have whips like I want to stitch on those and I can't because I have these now selected and my goal was done, like when you had the goals on each whip and then you set them out of put them away and they didn't came back for another year. Yeah, I don't know. So if Jen wants to respond to this, please let me know. Yeah, I will see you next week. And I hope you had a lot of stitching done. And I hope I will have more stitching done next week too. And, the children have their, like I said, their final exams. And no, in other countries they already are done, like in the United States of America. Here it's still school until the end of June. And then they are 2 months off. 2 months of mom. Mom. Yeah. So, goodbye and see you then.